everyone, and welcome to Longer and Harder, the show on the take a subject and go deeper. How are you doing today? I hope everyone's having themselves a wonderful, wonderful Sunday afternoon. It is a gorgeous day here in Alaska. Things it's nice out. My wife and I. It's so nice. My wife. Goodness. Sorry about the chat. I promise I'm trying to fix it all, but I have a who is determined. Absolutely. All the things all at once. Oh my goodness. Hello, Luke. Hello, Micro. Hello, Jelly. How are you? Hope everything. Yeah, it's actually it's a beautiful, beautiful day here. We God, it feels like it's 70. It is 75 degrees. But yeah, it's great. Everything's good. Everything's fun. Well, we do have ourselves Micro who has proposed a interesting question for everyone to think about. Don't think about. Which is that cyborgs are robot furries, and more particularly that Iron Man is a very furry. Questions. The questions that we ask ourselves on Sunday afternoon. These are the important questions. Right. uh. So yeah. Hello. What we got? What we got ourselves into? Now we're done saying hello. Uh. Housekeeping. Oh goodness. Housekeeping. Housekeeping for this week. I don't have too much actually to housekeep. I will try to have a video about red pill philosophy out. Hopefully this hopefully this I have Memorial Day weekend. Yeah. I hope you Americans are out, not out, but or at least get the day off and get to relax for a day or two. That's more or less what we're doing. My wife and we had a trip. I should have met Micro last Thursday. I should have met Micro last Thursday. We were in Georgia. Met him and Pasta. Sad that I didn't get to meet either of them. That I am still stuck in Omaha. But flights got canceled. Well, we canceled. Trips got canceled. Vacations got stopped. They were just not safe things to do. So I am here. And not in Georgia, which is sad. I wish. But you know, it's what we do. It's what we do to stay safe. So. But yeah, so I hope the rest of you are staying safe for Memorial Day weekend. It's one of those days where you gotta stay buddy, all over the. Yeah. So if you're in America, make sure you stay inside and stay safe and do all those cool things because that's what you need to do. And whatnot. So that's the thing. Oh, we're gonna move the camera. Look at that. Oh, fat boy. So yeah, that's more or less what we're doing at this weekend. So I have tomorrow off. That was the whole point of this. I have tomorrow off from work, so I think tomorrow I'm gonna try to work on a red pill philosophy video. He is out there pretty much saying that wearing a face mask is slavery, which you're white people, you need to stop that shit. Please stop that shit. I don't like it. It'd be nice if you did. so probably gonna try to get a video about that done tomorrow. It'll be a quickie, so hopefully it'll get done. I also have like D&D things to work on, so we'll see. We'll see if we'll see what gets done first. D&D will probably get done first. Speaking of D&D, that's the other announcement. Two announcements regarding D&D. The first one is there will be a fun special one shot over Christy Winters' channel on Wednesday night. So if you like D&D stuff and you want to watch D&D stuff, go over to Christy Winters' channel. There will be a one shot with microbloganism. I'm gonna DM it. Christiosity, Christy Winters, and Jess and they will be doing a high level power fantasy thingamabob one shot thing. So it should be fun, hopefully. I'm still getting ready for that, but it should be good. And then the other one that's I think going to hopefully be a little bit more exciting. I'll announce it on Twitter's as well as here. Is that in about a month? And I should find a date. What's a date? What's a month from? In about a month, I would like to run a D&D one shot as well that I'd like to open to dear subscribers and dear people who watch my nonsense. A month from now would be Saturday the 27th of June. Go with that. Saturday, June 27th, at noon, American noon, which is now. So whatever time it is now, if you're watching this live, at that time on noon. It'll probably, I don't know, I haven't decided yet if I want to stream it or not. If I stream it, it'll be on this channel. It won't be on Christy other D&D stuff. It'll be on this channel. And it's going to be more like more of a fun open-ended thing. That's kind of it's kind of been inspired by the talk we had last week where we talked about microbloggism should be playing a gelatinous cube. And so microbloggism and I have been talking through some homebrew gelatinous cube stuff, and we kind of arrived at what should be a cool thing. So they'll be playing a gelatinous cube. Awkward Pasta will be his pixie translator, and those are the two players I have so far, but I would be interested in other players. Jelly, you are definitely more than welcome to message me on the things that message me, Twitters and or Discord. It's open to homebrew, which is kind of the point. And why it's going to be in a month, because I do need to read through a lot of homebrew rules before I can be like, yes, we're doing this. But you are welcome to play vanilla characters as well if you just want to be a human fighter and that's all you want to do, you are more than welcome to. But if you have some homebrew stuff that you'd like to try out, that is also the perfect time to try it out. We're going to be a little loosey-goosey with the rules, and that's okay, but it's supposed to just be a fun one shot, just to be able to do things. I've already found the one shot. It's what did I call it's something about a forest, something about a corrupt forest, or corruption kind of making it into a forest. So I don't actually know most of the details. I kind of just read the synopsis and it sounds like fun. So yes, if you'd be interested in that, hit me up on the Twitters, the Discords, the emails, I guess. Rhetoric&Discourse at gmail.whatevers. I don't know. John Johnson, Human Man, yes. So you can definitely play Human Man if you'd like to. So yes, Saturday, 27th, noon, American time, here on this channel. I'll be DMing it. If you need some help setting up characters, if you've never played, you can hit me up and we can work together. It'll be like, we'll use Roll20 as our platform and things like that. Yeah. So we can figure this out. So if you like to play, I'm also gonna put it out on Twitter and see who else would like to join. I don't want to make it too many people. I think I'm gonna cap it at like 6 people, because I've never, like, the most people I've DM'd for are the 4 that I usually DM for, and I don't want to overwhelm myself. So I'm gonna go with 6. I think 6 is already gonna be a lot. It's even I think even starting at noon, I might even start earlier, because I think even starting at noon, if we get enough people, like the more people you have, the slower things go. And it's a one shot, so we don't have to make it through it, but it'd be better if we made it through it. I don't want to necessarily put like 3 hours and then we're done, which might have to happen. It might have to be like after 3 hours you just have to be done and maybe pick it up. But that's the announcement for D&D. So yes, Red Pill Philosophy, hopefully next Saturday, if I can get it done tomorrow. Today, hey, Jelly, thank you for... Okay, I got Jelly on the thingamabob. Cool bean. I got you on... I think that was Discord. I think Discord got me, Jelly, so that's good. Yes. D&D, the other one. What's the other one I said besides D&D? Oh, Red Pill Philosophy. That's it. Those are the announcements. Good job, everyone. We have made it to 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay, I need my hand. Okay. So with that said, that's it for housekeeping. We got ourselves a video menu. We don't have... Well, I guess we could do kind of like a partial beer of the week, because no, I didn't put it in the fridge. I did go to Lucky Bucket. And I don't think I put it in the fridge, so I don't have beer. some ones that I'm not sure if I've done here before. Um, but you know, it's their last weekend for their case sale because I think they're opening up next weekend or they're opening up like the first because everyone in the U.S. is fucking insane. So yeah, it's great. It's good. Okay, so no beer of the week. I am drinking again Lucky Bucket. It's all I've been drinking for months. Lucky Bucket Belly Flop, one of my favorite beers ever. It tastes like strawberries. It's red like strawberries. It's fantastic. I love it. I think I have done a beer of the week on it. Okay, with that said, we can move on to video menu for today. We have ourselves um some classics and some new ones. One new one. We have 70-Year-Old Transitions by Blair White, Immigration by ARTV, SJW versus Sonic by Geekdom 101, question mark by Jeranism because I have absolutely no idea what that something. Interviewing with WHO by Random Cam, Simping by Carl Gunn, that's Sargon of Akkad, and Shadows by Mr. Thrive and Survive. So that's kind of our options if you'd like to get Clubbot going here. Clubbot, get me a poll going. So if you would like to vote for any of the options today, all you got to do is an upside down eye, vote, and then the number you like to vote for. Things that I can talk about are some of these things. The Jeranism one is long. It's a hangout, so it's long. We will not get through it. Not gonna lie to you all, we will never ever get through it. The Shadow ones, I watched it. I watched like most of it. It makes no goddamn sense because it is Mr. Thrive and Survive. It makes no sense, and I don't really know what he's talking about. I legit am very confused as to what he's talking about. The simping one is one that Red shared with me a bit ago, and the simping one, I still don't know what simping is. It sounds like it really sounds a whole lot like it's whatchamacallit, it's the word. It's like the friend zone for whoever the youngest generation is. And they're just kind of complaining about like being nice to women, which is weird. Like from what I can tell, it's just a bunch of men complaining that you shouldn't be nice to women unless you're gonna get laid. Like that seems to be it. Like if you're not gonna get laid for it, you shouldn't bother to be women. which which is just the oddest of things to say on the well, not the oddest. It's very odd. Maybe not the worst thing to say on the internet. People have said crazier, worse things. So who knows? But that one's that. The simping one sounds interesting. Blair White one is old. It's basically, oh, you're nice to women. We must be doing to fuck them. Is that what it is? Yeah, that sounds about right. It's odd. Like I am very confuzzled. Not confuzzled. I guess one as somebody who's had women friends, has women friends, it's um highly mediocre. Your means you're way too eager to impress entirely mediocre women. Is that what it means? Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's Carl gonna do like some psychological appreciation or whatever, armchair psychology, not appreciate, armchair psychology on uh, on people simp, which I think is a verb now. The simp verb. um, so who knows? It's also yeah. It's probably there's probably more than one meaning because this is the internet, and I had to look this up on whatever the dictionary, Urban Dictionary, to figure out what the hell it is. So who knows? I don't know. I'm all like that is where I stand. I did so. What else while we feeling? One of the things that I did get there seems to have been some confuzzlement about the last week because people are confused because people are confused. And one of the things that I sort of saw happen quite a bit is that people were like, I don't get this whole why the orcs thing matter. The orcs being racist matter. Um, does it matter? I don't know. Like how much it matters is really up to you. Does it matter to me? It matters to me in sort of the same way that all what you call it, all where is this? it matters to me in sort of the same way that just literary analysis matters to me. Like that's how it matters. It doesn't matter in sort of the big scheme of things. Like it's you ain't gonna cure cancer by applying whatever feminist theory to Harry Potter. You're not gonna that's not gonna cure cancer or anything. Does it still matter? It probably does. There's definitely an argument to be made about the importance of arts in to humanity. Like we say that we often dismiss art and artists and writers and literature and things like that. Um, we often dismiss it as meaningless or having less value than um like the biologies and the like they somehow provide less meaningful stuff for humanity when to me it seems a little bit weird because like the moment that we lose art, like the moment that people start losing art, people lose their shit too. um or at least like art is one way that we like we have seen so many times in history where art has been people have attempted to take away art, right? Like we see even now we see like terrorist group who destroy artwork from different religions. Um, Fucking when Notre Dame exploded or whatever it did, like people lost their shit about that and donated way too much money to save it. But like we actually like we say they're less meaningful and then spend way too much money like preserving it and keeping it and studying it. So it's this weird like double standard of why is it important? It's important because it's important to humans. Like it's um and like it just is, and people don't realize that until it's gone or someone tries to take away, and then at that point you're like, oh, um art is doing philosophy while not having to think about philosophy. I can agree with that. One of my favorite YouTube channels on the YouTubes is Wisecrack, which is um which is a philosophy channel, and I hate to call them that because I love them, but it is a philosophy channel. But they do pretty much what we kind of did last week, where they just take philosophy and apply it to like pop culture. So they did one on like what I think one of the ones they just recently did was is the Watchmen movie, the Snyder Watchmen movie. Is it deep or is it dumb? And things like that. Like I like that kind of philosophy. I just don't like the just to make you want to hate fuck philosophy. I do want to hate philosophy all the time. I want to hate fuck philosophy. I have a very complicated relationship with philosophy. I think it's a giant waste of time, but also I understand that it's in everything. And yes, I just yes. When you approach philosophy in a fun way where you understand that some of this shit doesn't really like it matters, but it doesn't matter to the degree. Like I guess my problem with philosophy is that people make it seem like it matters way more than it does. Like I get so tired of like atheist community sitting around trying like what defining like what atheist means. That's such a waste of time and resources. Why are we doing that? Dumb. Um, because they take it too seriously. You should use philosophy to answer your complicated really. I should use a philosophical not a philosophical a psychological analysis of my complicated relationship. I bet I could sit with a shrink all day long and talk about my philosophy. But the cat, goddammit. Okay. Look, I totally get not wanting to get into the hyper specifics of etymology. It takes the level of insane pedantry to find that interesting. Yeah, I can't sit around and deal with that kind of philosophy. And as you can say, and if you want to call me a hypocrite because you clearly saw me enjoy philosophy last week when I sat around and talked about orcs being racist, um, like you clearly can see that I enjoy engaging in that because I fucking love it, right? But you're right. Like that pedantic nonsense, I just can't. Just can't. Um, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you define philosophy does, or how do you define atheism does. All right, number four won with 66% of the vote. So we will move on to number four. Which was number four? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? By journalism. Let's go here. Let's Oh, do I not have it here? Oh no, where did I put it? Maybe I have it saved over here. Oof, oof, oof. I do not video options. If I download it, did I not download it? Oh yes, here it is. Oh, whoa, look at this. We get to watch it on the not the YouTube. That's in. I must not have been able to find. This video is, like I said, is a live stream of Jeranism doing a thing. It's a live. I don't, to be, like I said, to be fair, I have absolutely no idea exactly what Jeranism is entirely talking about. Oh, I got my bad right there. Okay, let's go back to this. I just realized what I did wrong, so we gonna have to find ourselves a video capture. Add source video 2. Add journalism. Sorry about that. I just realized. So I'm using the new not the new the Streamlabs OBS this time around, which I hadn't been using previously. Previously, I've been using like they're just normal Streamlabs, and I just decided to start using the regular OBS. Decided to do it, and some of the things on it are just slightly not wonky. They're done differently. Sorry about that. Okay. What is the name of the video? I don't remember. I think this is one of the Glowbusters episodes. Obviously we're gonna skip past the 1 minute and 21 seconds to the intro. Probably skip a little ahead about on that because if there are hypocrites, are there hypocrites too? There are. I'm thinking about playing a harmless prank on Microbottle. You should. Okay. So, let's skip ahead a little bit here because this is obviously, yeah. So this there we go. There's the title. So this is Friday Lounge, number 21, testing 1 2 3. There we go. Oh, what I think. Oh, this is some COVID nonsense. We're gonna talk about COVID nonsense. That'll be. So we're just gonna skip ahead like by 6 minutes because I think most of it, like my stream, most of them. I know you all are willing to listen to my nonsense, but no reason to listen to anyone else's. Okay, what do I think COVID-19 really is? By Andrew Kaufman, who's an MD. Somehow. I feel like that's not a thing. Licensed and board certified psychiatry and forensic psychiatry. Former assistant professor of psychiatry in SUNY Upstate Medical University. Former medical instructor of hematology and oncology, Medical University of South Carolina. Psychiatry residency at Duke University. Doctor of Medicine, Medical University of South Carolina, and Bachelor's of Science in Biology from MIT. This person, somehow flaunting their credentials, I do not believe that you have these things. If you're on Jeranism show, like, not gonna lie, if you're on Jeranism show, and this is what you're doing, then you probably, oh no, he's not on Jeranism show. This is like a video they're watching during a hangout. I see. Okay, so maybe he is a real doctor. Maybe he is. Let's look him up. Let's let's take a sec here. Let's bother to stop everything before we even start the video. Bother to start everything. Find out about this Hoffman in. Bam. Stop for a second. Let's find out what we can find about. What was his? Andrew Kaufman. Andrew Kaufman. MD. Oh yeah. Oh, it's this guy. It's the bald guy. Why they're lying to us, people need to know. Got a LinkedIn. Medical dollar blows. Oh goodness. He does seem to actually be an idiot. Oh no. Okay, so he's got a lot of other ones. Why I won't vaccinate, a healthy truth with Andy Kaufman. Oh, he's an anti-vaxxer. Ban Dr. Kaufman blew my mind. He's an anti-vaxxer. That's good to know. So he, yeah, got a lot of stuff. Letter pulling the curtain. Well, there we go. He is a real doctor of some variety. And it also appears to be, at least maybe he might not be himself, but at least seems to be things. R&D feels Fells Greek. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Is a hypocrite somebody who holds their ideals so firmly they become insufferable? Any PowerPoint presentation written caliber is not worth taking seriously. um, so he's not trained in virology and infectious disease. Probably not. Yeah, he's a quack. It sounds like he's a quack. All right, let's listen to what he's actually got to say. Hope you guys can hear. You guys not hear it? Ah, why can't you hear anything? Is going on with desktop sound? You are there. You are selected. Why aren't you playing? Oh, because this isn't. Ha 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 ha. Because quick time and okay, there we go. That was my bad. I wasn't using. So used to using. Okay, now you should be able to hear it.
Okay.
But it was one of the conferences that they had gone to mutually and met and started becoming friends. And he did a few interviews with James and came out. Then he reached out to Crow and myself, and that's when all of this started. We brought him on and really got him to a big audience.
Oh, is that
So
Richie from Boston? Is that the guy in the middle down there, Richie from Boston? I think that's Richie from Boston. He was if you don't remember Richie from Boston, he also talked to Tenpenny, Dr. Tenpenny, who's another anti-vaxxer lady pants. That we did a long think I think that's Richie from Boston, the second from the bottom. I think that's Richie.
James arranged a little conference call a few mornings ago, and it was Richie from Boston, Lindsay from Rogue Ways, Steve from Freeman TV, James True, and myself, and then we all recorded the video. And he said, I would really like you to disseminate this information. This is what I've been going through scientific papers.
God, I can't. If you like, it's just at this point, if your best way to disseminate your information is to go to Jeranism or Richie from Boston, like that is who you think should be. Let's call it publishing, even though it's not publishing, right? You think those are the people who should be publishing your ideas. I feel like you done fucked up. Like you done fucked up in life. Like there's no other way to put it besides you done goofed. Yeah, no more. Look at my dumb hair. I'm trying everything. Oh, that's a little. Trying to get it to do something, but I hate it. Yes, you fucked up. If Jeranism is your source or the place that you're going, you fucked up.
And
Good.
this is what I've come up with as far as the testing and how it's not accurate. And as a matter of fact, David Icke's folks apparently picked up on it because
David Icke. Icke, that sounds really familiar. Who's David Icke? Oh, David Icke. Oh no, I remember him now. Oh, David Icke. Oh, that goofball. I remember him. We also talked about, yeah. Is he's a chameleon, not chameleon, lizard people guy, right? Okay, here we go. David Icke is, oh no. It's just like a zoo of all the crazies. I love it. Just a zoo of all the crazies. David Icke is the English. I like this excerpt from From his own website? He's also a soccer player? What? Oh no, that's hilarious. Oh no, it is to his website. This is from the wiki. That's hilarious. David Vaughan Icke is an English conspiracy theorist and a former footballer and sports broadcaster. Icke has written more than 20 books and lectures in over 25 countries, including The Children of the Matrix, which looks like a cheap knockoff of Animorphs. Animorphs knockoff is what we got there. Lizard people. Like, oh no, if this is if this is your sources and the people that you feel like you need to have, I'm just done with your silliness. Okay.
Posted a link to my particular post on their pages, and it's been blowing up. I'm up to like 89,000 views now. It's like the biggest video I've ever had because my channel isn't that big. Right. So check that out. It's only 38 minutes long, and he breaks down in detail with references and all that. And if you happen to be a Crow 777 member, I made a PDF out of his reference information. Mm-hmm. So we put it up as an audio with the accompanying PDF so folks can get that for free also on the crow777radio.com site if they want that as well.
All right, and I always post show links following the show, so that will be the #1 link so that people can check that out. I think it's very interesting. He goes into really high-level detail about how they come up with these tests.
Sorry. Anytime somebody says high-level anything, I can't handle it. It just, every time, all it does is remind me of Dave Rubin. Like, high-level ideas, high level. It's all high level. Wouldn't you know my definition be low level? You're not wrong.
And how there's no double blind test on this. There's no gold standard, as he calls it. Can you expand on that a little, Jason? Or
no gold standard. Doubtless tell full of facts. Oh, it's all full of facts. It's high level IQ, big brain ideas. What is this picture? Wuhan, China seafood market first case. Dirty digital scale, unwashed buckets, frogs being slaughtered for complaint, fish frog remains. This, oh god. Buck says this shit gets super racist super quick. Like, it goes into racism. Also, like, ooh, it goes there, doesn't it? Like chicken, vegetables. This goes. Oh god, I can already tell this goes. You think? I know, right? Like, oh, people. So I don't remember who was the first case. Like, obviously it was in Wuhan, or at least it was the first case of weren't there? And maybe I have this wrong. I'd have to maybe but I had heard there was other case of there were like other cases that were found in other countries. But fuck if I know. It's probably first known tracked back in November. So this is from Science, Life Science. Can we trust Life Science? Oh no. Poor food hygiene is not gonna give you it. Yeah. Yes. So big difference between bacteria and coronavirus. So it as far as we know, right? Like, as far as we know, the virus isn't, and I guess it could be, isn't from animals. But let's no thanks. A 55-year-old individual in Hubei province in China may have been the first person to have contracted COVID. The disease caused by the new coronavirus spread across the globe. The case dates back to November 17th, 2019, according to South Morning Post. That's more than a month earlier than doctors noted cases in China, which is in Hubei province. at the end of December 9th. At that time, authorities suspect the virus stemmed from something sold at a wet market in the city. However, it is now clear that early in what is now the protagonist, some infected people had no connection to the market. That included one of the earliest cases from first, and in an individual who had no link to seafood market. Research reported. Scientists now suspect the coronavirus SARS-CoV-2 originated in a bat and somehow hopped to another animal, possibly the pangolin, which then passed it to humans. The disease is now spreading between people without any immediate. Now, doctors and scientists are trying to trace the virus back to where it originated and learn more about the spread. If, for instance, doctors can find the earliest case, they may be able to identify the animal host where the virus lurks. They found that following the November 17th case, about 1 to 5 new cases were reported every day, and by December 15th, the total infection reached 7 daily cases. Okay, so according to articles, hey, we do some research around here sometimes. So yeah, we don't know what the intermediate host is yet. And also from the research, it started earlier than we think it was. It didn't start in December, but started in November, so a little bit earlier. And it also didn't start in a fish market. Again, these people don't care because racism. But it's good to know this. But I don't trust people to present them responsibly. Oh, I'm sure that this isn't clean. Like, I'm sure this isn't clean. I'm sure people get sick, bacterial diseases and food poisoning and all sorts of weird shit from this. But again, the problem that I'm pretty sure is going to happen is it's going to become the problem that it always happens is one of these idiots are gonna make it seem like it's not about the uncleanliness of the way that they are doing things, but it's the uncleanliness of the people. That's what it always turns into. Right? They're dirty and they do this stuff. Right. And so, but so far, as at least from the little bit of research we did, it doesn't appear to actually that we know that it might not have actually come from the wet market. Okay.
I'm sorry, you cut out for a second there.
Just the fact that there's no gold standard test, when this comes, it's like not a double blind test. It's not like they're testing, 2,000 people and then finding some marker and then saying, okay, well then all these people who have that marker, we're testing them and they're all sick. It's not the way it works at all.
Right.
The problem with markets isn't poor hygiene; it's the sale of wild animals. The exotic bit is actually important for viruses because more species close proximity mean the more jump to human, which I think is pretty much what Micro is saying there. Telling what happened. From one species different to the other doesn't help. Yep, that makes sense. That makes lots of sense. So, what were they saying? Something. Oh, there's no gold standard for this test, which is like a weird thing to say. So, there's a gold standard. Which of the following most likely clause 119 still gold standard for test. So that's a little like okay. It's a little weird for me to try to compare one because like testing and things had to be created in a very quick fashion. I don't know necessarily how much research could be done into it because we just needed a test. It's also one of those things that I don't want to say the accuracy doesn't matter, but if it's a test that gets a lot more false positives, then it's not like a big deal. So if it's wrong in the positive side, the tests are always standard stuff. Are they? I don't know. I probably just don't know enough about the tests themselves because I don't know or what they're looking for. When it comes to virus, I don't know what the virus test looks like. I don't know enough. I'm gonna go with I don't know enough about tests to do. Anywhere there are people, there are dangerous things. The issue is ascribing it to just one uniquely. Yes, which is what the sort of the racist thing. The tester standards. PC and antibody tests are everyday shit. I have done it. Okay. Okay, so they are standard. So I'm assuming then that there's actually a decent amount of research for them, and what they're testing for. So they're testing for an antibody. Okay. So yeah, so I gotta go with micro not journalism on this one and say that there probably is a good amount of reason why we should listen to the test. So you just adjusted the specs thing. Okay, you just adjust. So the kind of testing already exists. To look for an antibody, you just change it to what antibody you look. Does a good poisoning cause antibody? Does food poisoning cause respiratory symptoms? No. What does this slide say? Which of the following is most likely cause 198 people to become acutely ill with respiratory symptoms, pneumonia, and a new genetic disease like cystic fibrosis, virus, autoimmune disease, bad seafood, poison from contaminated bad sea. That's a good one. A good one. It's a good one because I'm really curious as to how food poisoning does it. How food poisoning would give you respiratory problems. A virus, the others don't fit. Well, okay, so a genetic disease one wouldn't spread, which is already kind of which is already really silly. Like if you're gonna go with something like a genetic disease, that's not going to spread, which is what we see with COVID-19. Like it doesn't work that way. Like it does spread genetically, right? But it doesn't spread from person to person. So that already doesn't make sense. Autoimmune disease, I don't think spread that quickly. I don't. Well, autoimmune disease, those aren't necessarily. I think autoimmune diseases can be genetic, right? They're not. Are they old, or are they all not necessarily genetic? I don't know. I don't know how those two Venn diagrams overlap each other. Autoimmune diseases don't spread. Period. Okay, they don't spread. Period. So that leaves two of them. Bad seafood also doesn't spread. You can be predisposed to them. I mean, depends. Is the autoimmunity that's caused by a virus? Okay, and bad seafood also has the thing where it doesn't spread. Like, yeah, it spreads in the way that like everybody who ate the bad seafood will get sick, but it doesn't spread as like John who ate from a bad seafood then travels to country X and then other people get sick from bad seafood. That also does like none of this follows the pattern um like if you had 198 people who all got sick and all exclusively like you could trace back that they all went to this market and all ate food from this market, then you could then you'd have different evidence to say it probably got started. I still with the pneumonia thing it wouldn't work, but you could say they all they all got it from this place because of this. The fact that it has spread beyond that makes the whole bad seafood thing not work because that God, like food poisoning isn't contagious. I don't know how like that sounds really dumb to say, but it has to be said that food poisoning isn't contagious. No virus has autoimmunity as its primary symptom. Okay. So that's yeah. So by process of elimination, process of elimination, new virus does COVID-19 have auto COVID? Let's see what the world has to say about this. I don't know. Oh, nope. To cough, shortness of breath, fever. Based on what we know so far, COVID-19 people with autoimmune disorders and other health concerns may be more likely to have severe complications after contracting the virus than the general population. Your physician can review your medical record or to give you a greater understanding of your personal risk. That's what I got. So not as far as I can tell. Like like it makes, I think it sounds like it's worse or you have higher risk. So yeah, I'm gonna go with I don't think so. It makes worse once you realize that everything works by magic. Oh fuck, I forgot magic. I forgot. Should have remembered magic, and then you're right. You were saying I think they're saying something different in the presentation.
He described it to give everyone the brief rundown. It's kind of like you don't go after a very specific thing and find it. You have to kind of look for evidence of it. So the example he gave is, I'm looking for this one thing, but we can't find it. So we're going to put a certain kind of hat on you and send you out into a crowd.
Right.
And we have to find that hat in the crowd because we can't find the exact face. So we're looking for evidence of this around it. And he just goes into great detail showing how these things just aren't accurate to the
That's why a whole buffet can get the shit. Yeah, it's true. By the way, for is contagious. It's contagious. Yes, I had like, but going home with the shits from a buffet does not mean that your kid that your worker your coworkers the next day will also get. The G in 5G stands for magic. um I love it. Okay, so this guy's just keep going with it. Aren't accurate tests, whatnots. Somehow makes a dumb analogy about looking for a hat in a crowd. Don't know what that.
point that you can really prove what's going on. And I have no idea. I cannot prove one way or the other if this whole entire thing that's going on right now is a hoax, but it sure as hell feels like it.
Can we just stop there? I love it. Let's just stop there. There's no point in keeping going because he just said it. He just said it. He can't prove it one way or the other. So, but I feel like it is. So let's just stop there. Like he doesn't know. I don't know. I'm still gonna say that it's a hoax. I'm still gonna present evidence that it's a hoax, but I don't actually know. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, no doubt. And it just tells me that fear sells. Fear accomplishes so much, and it just seems like a fear play. And, today I left the house, so I always drive by the hospital to see what's going on there. There's nothing new, of course, that there is now. You know how they have those.
I love it because this is so that's Joe Renison's voice. If you don't, what does he mean by poison? Poison from I don't know what he means. I don't know how, but let me make something up for 20 for 2 hours. It's true. So this is a funny thing that was also going around earlier. So for example, if you don't know, and you're new here for whatever reason, I work at a hospital. I'm not a first responder or don't have to deal with like COVID stuff. I work at a hospital. Because hospitals are big places with lots and lots of different departments. Not all of them are like dealing with like the emergency kit or dealing with patients, right? Hospitals are huge. Right now, the hospital that I work at is empty. Like it's absolutely empty. Like my hospital is just there's nobody there. The clinic that I work at, I think there's 2 or 3 departments running right now at the clinic that I work at. Out of it's like a 3-story building with I don't even know how many departments are. But I think only 3 are actually there, like running things. So when I go to lunch, everything's empty. When you drive around the hospital, the parking lots are extra empty because nobody's there. Because the only people who are around are the people who need to be around, except for me. Who need to be around. And so, but the thing that people don't understand about hospitals is that they're big. So just because they're not like just because any given part of a hospital isn't super busy doesn't mean that other places in the hospital aren't super busy. So there's been like people who like drive by the emergency room and it's like perfectly like it's empty and nobody's waiting in line and they're like, I thought this was a war zone. Why is it empty? And it's just like because not every like there's so much other things that happen in a hospital. Like hospitals are busy because there's a lot of things going on at once. When you take away like 90% of all the things that are going on, you say we're stopping 90% of the hospital, we're only going to focus on 10%. You should expect 10%, like only 10% of the things to be there. It's weird. It's weird that people that they were made up of multiple departments. Not every department is. There was that TikTok, I think it was a TikTok of those nurses like at a maternity ward, like doing a little dance and having fun because they're all having fun, and everyone got all pissy about it, like, oh, I thought hospitals were overwhelmed, and yet here we have all these nurses having fun. One, you're allowed to have fun during a world crisis. You're allowed to have fun. There's nothing wrong with having fun during a world crisis. Okay, you're not a bad person for trying to have fun when the world is ending. God, what a silly thing to say, that you have fun during a world crisis. The other thing is, yes, maternity wards probably have a whole lot more free time right now than they usually would because they're probably seeing less patients. I doubt. Yeah, I don't doubt. I know that they're having less people come in to do like regular checkups. They're probably doing telehealth to check up on things rather than having women come into maternity wards to do all the exams and whatnots. There probably are changing things up so that there are less people there, which means that there's a whole lot of people, nurses, doctors, who are less busy in that particular department because those doctors and those nurses and those whatevers, they are not the ones dealing with coronavirus shit. They wouldn't be the ones dealing with coronavirus shit because they're not trained for it. They're trained to deliver babies and deal with small people. They're not trained to deal with coronavirus shit. I work at a hospital. I'm not trained for coronavirus shit. I don't get put to do coronavirus shit because I am not trained to do it. It would be dumb. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Signs when you're driving that say,
I'll listen to your journalism, but I want to read your thing. Why did Chinese and other scientists think? Why did Chinese other scientists think caused mysterious disease was the disease was determined as viral pneumonia by clinicians according to clinical symptoms and other criteria, including body temperature rising, lymphocytes and white blood cells decreasing, new pulmonary infiltrates in the chest radiography, and no obvious improvement upon 3 days of antibiotic treatment. It appears that most of the early cases had contact history with the original seafood market. And we just read an article saying that. There we go. The 5G goblins eat the unicorn children.
you're going too fast, and they kind of, speed markers or whatever. They have those posted along the main streets now that say "Go home, save lives, COVID-19." So I saw three of those just in my 1 mile drive to the hospital today, which is pretty insane to think that they're putting those things up. But
I'm sorry, what are you complaining about?
Posted along the main streets now that say, "Go home, save lives, COVID-19." So I saw three of those just in my 1 mile drive to the hospital today, which is pretty insane to think that they're putting those things up.
I'm sorry. I don't remember when this is earlier. I think this was like either early May or but he can't read. That's just weird. I broke my arm last week and it took 24 hours for me to decide to have it set because I had an irrational fear of the hospitals it happens. It was empty also. I'd wait, it goes away. Oh no, I hope your arm's better. Oh no. Oh wait. Yeah, no, hospital's empty. There's nobody there. Trust me, I go to work. I've been parking in front of my clinic because there's nobody there to stop me. We literally don't have security right now at the clinic. It's great. Which means my car doesn't get towed. um, but yeah, no, it's hospitals are empty in the parts that aren't important, like the broken bone department. What was I gonna say? Oh, Jaredism is just what's the thing? Speaking of, sorry, okay, hold off, Jaredism. Back when I went to college, my first week in college, my lung exploded. Yeah, my lung exploded. My left lung. I think it was. No, it was both of them, but one of them exploded more than the other one. But they exploded, which sucks, by the way. My lungs collapsed. They technically collapsed. That's the medical term for it, but I like to call it as exploding. So they exploded, which means you can't breathe, which sucks a whole lot. But not being able to breathe is no fun. Um, and I and I decided because I'm American, two because I'm a poor American, or was at the time a poor American with no health insurance. I decided to walk it off. So I walked off to collapsed lungs. After I went to urgent care and they took x-rays and told me that I needed, like, not a surgery, but there's like they can put like a tube in you and it sucks out it pulls out the air. So like there was pretty much like my lung went poof, and then like my lung cavity, my chest cavity filled up with air from my lung. So I had this like giant pocket of air in my lung that was squeezing my lungs, both of them. And they put like this tube in it with a whatever what are they called? Not a filter, but one of those things that like lets air out but not in. You use them for fucking brewing beer. So they wanted to put one of those in me so that the air would come out but not go back in. And I decided a valve, thank you, a valve. Being a poor American, I was like, nah, I'll just walk it off. I can't afford that shit. I walked it off. I literally walked off two collapsed lungs in college because I couldn't afford I couldn't afford to go to the hospital anymore. I still paid like $1,000 just to have x-rays and shit done. I was just like, whatever, I'll just walk it off. Yeah, I had to decide to walk off a collapsed lung. Fucking America, I tell you. So I couldn't breathe for like 2 weeks. I think at this point, this has been a bit at this point. But for a long time, I had a bunch of restrictions that I never really like. They didn't really like impact my life or anything. But I had restrictions on like, I couldn't go on unpressurized airplanes. I couldn't go scuba diving. I couldn't like there was some other ones that I just couldn't do because like my lungs were all sensitive. Um, and then if they collapsed again, I needed surgery to fix them. So like they weren't just gonna let me walk it off the second. But for the first time, I just walked it off. Lungs don't just collapse. Mine do. I don't mind genuinely just collapse. I have no to this day, I have no idea why my lungs collapsed. My doctor thinks it was all the crack. Yes, my doctor. I think it was crack. My doctor thinks it was all the crack. I don't know if it was. Um, that's what my doctor thinks. It wasn't all crack because I've never done crack. Um, but like that was like the drug. Yes, like the drug. That's what my doctor think. I think it's crack, right? Yeah. Okay. This is why I don't why I don't think it's not crack because I don't even know how crack works. Um, I wasn't. That's like one never done crack. Didn't do crack at the time. But his whole thing is like if when you do crack, I think I don't know when you do crack, you're supposed to like I think was it cocaine? I don't know no. You smoke crack, right? Smoke it, and then you go like it's okay. So it's totally crack if you don't know how to work. It's probably so. I think okay. I think this is how this works, and I don't know. So bear with me. When you smoke crack, you smoke it, crack pipe, and then you hold your breath, and you're supposed to like push it down or some form whatever, right? Like whatever you like hold your breath and you pressurize the crack or something. I don't know. And so my doctor said that that's what I did. That I was doing crack, thinks it was all the crack that I was doing, and that when I did that, I messed up my lungs. I've never done crack. I told him multiple times I have. You pressurized your crack today. The fact that I can't accurately tell you how to smoke crack should already tell you how little. Like, I've never done this shit. Well, I don't know how to describe how you're supposed to smoke crack. But that was my doctor was convinced it was all the crack that I was doing. As an 18-year-old college student, I was doing all the crack. What's the topic? Oh, we're talking. It's not about crack. God, what is the topic? So yeah, so my doctor thinks it was all the crack. That's why my lung collapsed. It's all the crack. Okay. What is the topic? This is Jeranism talking to Dr. Kaufman, Dr. something Kaufman. Already forgot his first name. Dr. something Kaufman, Andrew Kaufman. There we go. Dr. Andrew Kaufman about COVID-19 and how he thinks that it came from seafood, bad seafood. It came from bad seafood, and then we got into talking about the medical system in the U.S. and how much it sucks because I had to decide. I walked off a collapse lung. I think the lady does possess too much, probably. Don't do crack, kids. Don't do crack. I don't know. I've never done it. I don't know what it does. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
But the other thing I saw today, first day I've seen this, is almost everybody outside had a mask, and I thought that was funny because today I woke up and turned on the news, even though I hate it, and said, okay, what are they talking about today? And the first thing they were saying is that now it's going to be mandatory for people to wear masks. And
I'm sorry. You drove by a hospital that was empty, and everybody around the hospital was wearing masks. Which they do. Only do classy powder combing. Yes, don't do crack, kids. Just look at Homer Dietrich. You don't want it. You do not want to be this mess. Yeah, so I think this was like mid-April, early May, because he's all like, I can't believe people are wearing masks to help contain this disease that spreads through facial exchanges. No, that's not the right word. They're breathing on other people. I like that. We're gonna keep that term. COVID-19 spreads through facial exchange. Okay.
so everybody in this town was wearing masks. Like, where'd they get all this information besides watching the news? Needless to say,
Is that a California thing that they're legislating it?
I thought it was a New York thing. Anybody else hear that today? Anybody else on the?
I haven't watched the news, so
Good for you. Good for you. If I didn't,
Just say you did crack and get the extra points for getting over it. You too can prevent forest fire. No, wait, you too can remove. I get over crack. Drop the addiction. I don't know. See, you can turn out just like R&D.
news, I don't know
The occasional person with masks. That's why I'm asking.
yeah, I'm not familiar.
I'm uninformed. Good for you. Yeah. Oh, sorry. They were talking about masks. And they don't watch the news because they hate it, and so they don't know what's going on. But they're very certain that they know exactly what's going on. I do love how they do admit the fact that they have no idea what's going on. It is.
I think I saw something recently about like this media outlet in Texas said that it was mandatory or you could get $1,000 fine, and then like the police station commented underneath them was like, this isn't true at all. Take this down.
Well, there you go. So don't you just sit there and prove yourselves wrong? Like, yeah. Okay. Oh no. The entire police station comes. Yeah, the entire probably the police station said you're not gonna get a ticket, a fine for it, unless you're black, and then you get tackled to the ground and for not wearing a mask. Sorry, so it's always gonna go back to race because it always does. Yes. If you're white, cops will just hand you a mask. If you're black, you're gonna get tackled. How it works. I don't make the rules, obviously. The New York Police Department does. Got it. Oh goodness. Okay. This is the slide. So the slides. If you're new here, the slides don't coincide with what Jaronism saying because Jaronism is watching the thing that while talking to the person. I think everyone should get tackled. Okay. What did they do to prove a virus? Select bronchoalveolar lung fluid and other samples. Find and separate generic material from the sample. Sequence the generic. Rapidly develop a qualitative PCR detective diagnostic. What about purifying the virus first? Purifying first. Purifying the you do that test. So okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna print. Where did they get the generic material from? I mean, you just lungs bits. Just said it. Get it from the lung bits. You need to exercise the virus before you can do it. Purifying the virus. Sorry, I just imagine a little tiny viral Hitler. Mike's cutting out a bit. Maybe by purifying means curing in some stupid way. Maybe. Sorry, I'm turning. I'm not like I need to face this way so my mic can actually pick things up. Sorry. Now I have a little tiny like coronavirus Hitler in my head, just telling everybody how they need to purify the virus. I do need to purify the virus. Oh, this is like. That's why the churches need to open so we can do the necessary exorcism. Just don't drink bleach, kids. Just drink holy water. You'll be fine. Oh no.
Oh, they said, yeah. No, I saw, I think it was about New York, but I think they said they want it to be mandatory that everyone wears. It doesn't have to be a, certain kind of mask. They said even a scarf, something. Everybody has to cover their face. So.
Coronavirus, obviously put bleach in the holy water. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know where that started, but
I was out today into town. I took the bus into the city. It was kind of slow, but there was a lot of people who doubt the mask. People were happy. It seemed to be almost not normal, but very slow. But they even had the market, and I bought fruit in the market and everything. They're doing social distancing and whatnot. But then when I went to the bus stop, there was this guy that showed up with a mask, and he was very paranoid to the point that a teenager that was on a skateboard was coming by, and he stopped and made a point of yelling at him and sort of saying you shouldn't be walking on the street and do your skateboard or something like that. The teenager didn't even respond, just kind of walked away. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stay away with this guy because I was eating these Chinese.
All right, cool story, bro. Cool story, bro. I think New York required you to wear a mask. Don't quote me. I think they did, but so this video is older. Don't remember the exact date. This is an older video. And I'm gonna look it up real quick. And it is an older one. What number was that? They gave me the number. Oh gosh, I think it was 12, right? Oh, gave me the number. I'm gonna rewind it. For 11:39, 21. We'll probably skip ahead. Number 21 was on. There it is. It was 1 month ago, March 27th. Not really. March 27th. So, probably around March 27th. I think people were just starting to do like mandatory masks and things. I think eventually they did do like mandatory. If you're out and about. I'd have to look up exactly what date they did that, but this video is from March 27th, so he's talking about things that ended up happening later. COVID-19. COVID is an anagram for Divuk. Ikov. The government is coming for your penis. Wake up, sheeple. Yeah. It's no. This story. Yes, no. Cool story. It is just kind of a cool story. That some people actually take like their safety seriously. As somebody who's unnecessarily paranoid and had barely leaves his apartment, and is probably I am not one of the wackos who. But for somebody who like I wear my I shopping, I wear my not, I wear my mask. I work all day. I wear a mask all day. For somebody who is paranoid and hasn't really left his apartment in. I get it. Like I get being paranoid, but that doesn't mean it's fake necessarily. Especially, I could say, I'll give him the most benefit of the doubt. At March 27th, things didn't look like they were bad, right? But a lot of it was still like not as bad as it is right now. 1,000. Like, I think about that point we were still in fairly low numbers, and so I could understand not that bad than April. Yeah, so like it's not that bad at this point in time. So I understand why if you're an idiot would look at this and say, "Oh, it's not that bad. Look, only so many people are dying." Of course, you'd have to ignore like all of science, and all the epidemiologists telling you we have a model and as they predicted it, some of it did get curbed a little. Policies put in place, but not as much. So yeah, I got news right now that someone in my remote related family actually got COVID-19. Oh, no, I hope they're okay. I hear that's rough. I don't think I've had any family members. I haven't had anybody near me with COVID. I think there might be some people in the apartment complex, but I'm sorry to hear that. It is. Okay. So with that said, I think I'd like to skip ahead. You will tell me this. Oh, you want to read this? As for RNA sequence, not the virus. There is no gold standard. COVID-19 has never been purified and visualized. Only visualized from one patient inside a human cell. RT-PCR never tested against gold standard. Thus, the accuracy of test is unknown. Estimated 80% false positive rate. Test for RNA sequence, not the virus. Low. Someone doesn't know how anything about biology works. Okay. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna grab a beer. While I talk. So I would like to skip ahead now. Something else in this video looks like they go on to talk about flat Earth stuff next. RT-PCR is the gold standard. So he's doctor, but 80% false positive sounds like an. So it is funny though. I will say that this is really funny because this person says very clearly in upside down eyes says, thus accuracy of the test is unknown. 3 upside down eyes and that shit is serious, and then goes on to estimate the accuracy. Which is great. We don't know, by the way. We don't know the accuracy, but let me give you an estimate of the accuracy. Oh goodness, I love it. I love it so much. I don't know how accurate it is. Let me tell you how accurate. Doctor in what? Psychology? What's the psychology? No, he's got an MD. We did look him up. He's a quack. We did find out he's a quack of some variety. He's an anti-vaxxer and whatnot. He's a quack. Andrew. Got an MD. So he is a doctor. got a, I guess there's a link. Oh no, this isn't his. I don't think this is self-employed study about anesthesiology. Hoffman, MD, professor of anesthesiology, director of comprehensive. I don't know if this is Dr. University of Virginia. A lot of Andrew. Definitely has some video. I'd have to look it up. He does seem to be a real doctor. The accuracy is like 70 to 8%. The false positive rate is going to vary depending on the. No, it said it was he was like. I guess we can go back in the video. Often licensed board psychiatry. Yeah, sorry, there we go. Licensed and board certified in psychiatry and forensic psychiatry. So way out of his field. Yeah, professor of psychiatry. Which, you know, not that like being a professor of psychiatry is definitely not some probably shouldn't be talking about viruses. He ain't that kind of doctor. Okay. So with that said, would you all be okay if we skipped ahead in this video a little bit and we talking about COVID, but it does sound like which is over platter stuff. Nonsense. Definitely so. Do we want to skip over to another nonsense? Okay, sounds good. Go to. Actually, you know what? I was gonna say we should do. Let's go here.
Or, you know, are you talking about that, or what exactly are you talking about? I'll let you talk about it.
What I was talking about was that this.
Other versions of that, they're better put.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But the point is there's something electrical going on, and so go ahead and roll this, Jaron, for a minute or two, and let's just take a look at what it is we're seeing here.
With sound?
What you captured. Yeah, you can put sound on it if you want.
Sure.
We're still looking at Google. Oh, sorry about that. Video. It's they're looking at what I assume is a high altitude balloon of some variety. Your gain off. We'll turn up the gain. We'll turn you. Oh, that's why you get messed up. Ugh. All right, technical issues. They will get fixed in just a second. Hopefully, maybe. Oh, maybe not. Gosh, why am I having so many issues here? There we go. Okay, that should hopefully help with some of that. It was the microphone was set at directional-ish, so it was only picking up things directionally. So I made it a little bit broader, and it turned up the gate a little bit, so we should be able to hear me when I'm not directly in front of the mic. Okay. Nice landscape, yeah. Silently mic explodes. Go back to Google. I already had to sell I had to sell my nice microphone to buy more crack. I don't no, it is pulling. Okay, now I'm curious what microphone you're pulling from. Properties. I hope you're pulling. Yeah, no, we got the right microphone. I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all think I know what I'm doing? I know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go.
Until this starts, and here we should be slowing down right now, and here's where it starts. So this is the first turn, and I'm thinking to myself, I've never seen this before. They look like streaks of lens flares, kinda, but look at the ones on the ground, the ones closest to the land.
Look like streaks of. Okay, that looks to me. That looks to me like you might have a really dirty lens. You're gonna say this is something weirder. It looks to me like you might need to clean your lens a little bit there, buddy.
And trust me, it goes on for a while now, like 6 minutes. It looks like frequency waves are coming out in different spans across the land.
It looks like different frequency waves are coming out across the lands. Frequency of what? Frequency waves. Different frequency waves. Waves of wave. It's different frequency of wave. Okay. Okay. Okay, buddy. Okay, frequency. Frequency is a measurement. Like it's. Oh god. Frequency is the way you measure things. So saying different frequency waves is like saying that your image sees different inches. So when you say shit like that, when you say you can see different frequencies, you are literally saying that you can see different inches. You can see different miles. You can see different god, what is another? You can see different pounds. It makes It's simple. It's waves of frequency. Like, okay. I need Martimer here to just say frequencies of what. So, I hate having to explain these things because it's really, oh god. I can see different inches. Okay, so it's a measurement. So like this, and you can measure like how frequently my finger passes a certain point, and that would be your frequency. It's a measurement of it's a measurement. It's not a thing. It's not like a physical, tangible thing. You can't see frequency. Okay, that's a bit of a lie because you can't see frequency. But that's besides the point. It's not what you're talking about. Can't see frequencies. My girlfriend's American. I use inches. Oh no. But what if you can see centimeters? Waves whose cyclically changed frequency can be said to have a second order frequencies. Oh, that's a thing I didn't realize. Okay. Or hear me out, rolling currents, air currents. That also makes more sense. All of these answers, random person on the YouTubes, make more sense that you can see frequency waves. Waves of frequency? I don't even know what you said. Because what you said was so dumb that I can't actually.
The sun is some type of digital weapon. Oh, and trust me, it goes on for a while now, like 6 minutes. It looks like frequency waves are coming out in different spans across the land, like the sun is some type of digital weapon. Oh.
Okay. This is how I die. I laugh so hard I cough myself to death. And I die. And it's all because of you, weird bearded man. The sun is a digital weapon. Because frequency waves. I mean, the sun is a deadly laser, but not for the reason he states. Oh no. I like, how, what do you say to this? Like, what do you say to somebody who thinks the sun is a digital weapon? Like, I have no comment as to like, yes, I don't know. Because how is the sun digital? Because it's got frequency waves, and only digital things have frequency waves. Non-digital things don't have frequency waves, obviously. Duh. Like, duh. Is the sun gonna hack us? okay. Sun is a digital weapon. We got it. Okay. I am legitimately scared to keep going because it's gonna get dumber. I don't want to.
It gets much more intense. Trust me.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay, here we go.
The area I want you to focus in is going to be all in this bottom area. Look at the streaks. There's a red one, a blue one, and watch how insane they get, guys. Watch how insane they get. All right, so let's get rid of that. There we go. Watch how bad they get. Have you ever seen it? Now, I've been a camera person steadily 30 hours a week for 2 years.
So go ahead and mute it, Jern.
I've never seen any.
Did you see the frequency waves go crazy, guys? The frequency waves. I went. You're the camera person. Clean your lens. The frequency waves, guys. Oh goodness. Okay.
Like.
Okay, we can continue to let it play. So the point here is, guys, is there seems to be some sort of these electrical streamers that are coming down and becoming more and more prevalent. Now, I
electrical streamers. Okay. Like I don't know. I legit don't know what to say about this. About electrical streamers and about how prevalent they are in this video because I don't know. I know what you're talking about, like the thing going crazy. Well, the frequency waves, like all the frequency goes like this, right? What the fuck a frequency wave is? So were the California fires started by the electrical streamers coming from the sun? You know what? Why not? Electrical streamers where robots ejaculate. I think he means like Minecraft, like Twitch streamers. I think that's what he means. Because technically those are electrical streamers. Like, I'm an electrical streamer. Look at me electrically streaming away. Person. Look at it, just electrical streams all just everywhere. All the electrical streams. I just
reported on Globebusters, like 3 months ago, one of the strangest things I have ever seen in my life. And that is when Jaren and I were driving down the street one day during a lightning storm, I saw lightning strikes that were so intense. They were literally like 300 times the width of a standard lightning strike. It was more like a sheet of lightning that was coming down.
300 times the width of a... What is the width of a standard lightning strike? What? Okay. I feel like it's a really dumb question to ask. What the width of a it's about a foot. 300 times the width. So 300 feet. So okay. So you're telling me so it's about a foot, right? Let's Google it. Let's Google the width of a lightning bolt. Let's go with a lightning bolt. What do you tell me about? It's not about a foot. It's nowhere near about a foot. But let's okay. According to Google, width of a lightning bolt is about 2 to 3 centimeters. For you Americans, that is about that much. I don't know if you can about that much. About an inch. A little bit more than an inch. Just like a tad bit more than an inch. Which is pretty small. So 300 times an inch would be 300 inches. Ish. 300 or maybe 300. 900 centimeters. 900 centimeters. That's like a lot. It's 100 centimeters per yardish, right? So that'd be 90 yards. 90 yards. That's almost a football field. Yeah, that's almost a football field. Like that's 10 yards away from being a football field. 9 yards? No, 900 centimeters. Oh, is it 9 yards? 9 yards. You're right, 9 yards. 100 centimeters, yeah. So about 9 yards. So that's a lot. 9 yards is I'm not even a yard big. So that's a lot. Really big. Okay. I am just impressed that you are like okay. I am amazed that you are seeing 9-yard wide lightning bolts. It looks wider in real life. I could see that, right? Like I could see that being a thing. Like I could see it. Sorry, the lens flare thing. Like when you see it, right? Like the width of an actual lightning bolt is going to be this, whatever this size. But thanks to how cameras work and how our eyes work, you probably see longer because refraction, not refraction, things, right? Lightning went to the whole 9 yards. It did go the whole 9. Okay. So about 9 yards. We did some math. About 9 yards.
And suffice it to say, we've seen some pretty interesting electrical phenomenon going on in the atmosphere. It's not conspiracy theory. It's simply an observation, right? And I'm trying to put all this stuff together. And so now we have this comet C19 that is supposed to be, brighter than Venus by this time next month, right? They say, of course, now, and this, of course, is BS, but they say that comet C19 is literally, it's so big, it's half the size of the sun, right?
What? Okay. Comet. Okay. Let's. Okay. Okay. Comet C19. Nope. This is the one. Okay. Comet C19. Let's just do the Wikipedia because honestly at this point. Okay, Comet C19 is a comet near parabolic orbit discovered by Atlas survey on December 28, 2019. Around March 2020, the comet started disintegrating. Such fragmentation events are very common in sun grazers. The comet continues to fade and will not reach naked eye visibility. As of mid-May, comes Atlas appears very diffuse even in a telescope. The comet was the brightest comet of 2020 on March 30 when an apparent magnitude about 7, I don't know what that means, but it's currently around magnitude 9, making it about 6 times the diameter that it is at maximum brightness. It's fainter than other comets or whatever, and it can be found. Size. That tells me its approach. Tells me when it was discovered. Number of things. Perihelios. Semigrade. Discovered orbital period. Earth I don't know what that means. Trying to find how big it is. Nuclear magnetics. Periphelia. I don't know where to find out how big it is. Have locations. It looks like it was pretty bright, but how big are you? F7 is very dim. Okay. Surprised they aren't talking about the evil chemtrails in the background. I mean, yeah, I know. Maybe it's confused with the width or the length of a pencil. Maybe. I reckon he just read the AUs is gonna be from Earth and took it as its size. Oh, like this part here. Earth. I'm assuming minimum orbital intersection distance. Okay, which is okay. So it'll be about half of a little bit more 0.6, about half an AU, and an AU is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. Astronomical unit. So it's a little bit more than an astronomical unit, but that's how far or how close it's gonna get to us. is a measure used in astronomy to assess potential close approaches and collision risk between astronomical objects. It is defined as a distance between the closest point and of the oscillating orbit of two bodies. Okay, so at closest to Earth, this comet will get about half the distance, about half an AU, which you're probably right. It is probably where he got that unit from. So yeah, so he probably did see half a AU and thought that was the size of the Earth. I could see that because he's an idiot. I don't see anywhere on here about its size. At least not on this site. Or do I care about looking for it more? The nucleus of the comet is 10 kilometers in diameter, while gases around it spread a few miles across. That's a lot. Okay, 10 kilometers. What is 10 kilometers? 10 kilometers. About 6 miles. About 6 miles, which is big. Like, no, 6 miles is nothing to sneeze at by any shape or form. It's not it's not half the size of the sun. It is a mix. They did mix the units, which that's not the one I wanted to do. Okay, so I just gonna go back a little bit and make sure that's what he said. But
by this time next month, right? They say, of course, now, and this of course is BS, but they say that comet C19 is literally, it's so big it's half the size of the sun, right?
Okay, so you're full of shit.
And
have you seen that for sure? Half the size of the sun?
That's what they say, yeah. Which is
unlikely.
It's crazy to me, right? Oh, well, of course it's unlikely. We know it's not that big. And remember, let's keep this more in the flat Earth perspective. I don't really give a damn what the globers are saying, because that's all nonsense anyway. And like I said before, you've got to scale everything back, by a factor of about 10 to the 120th.
Like, and the only other thing that I can think of, and even this would be incredibly stupid, because I don't think even anyone even said this, is that it would look like this, like when it was visible, it would look about half the size of the sun. But even that would be ridiculously large to look like it'd have to be really big. It must be half the AU distance. Yeah, I think that's what he saw is he saw how close it would get, and how close it would get was 1 AU or 0.6 AUs, and I think that's what he got. Then he's dumb. He can't. That's the only way. If the flat, yeah, it would be like. That's the problem when people like, I don't even know who that, and Bob, I think when people like Bob start talking about actual astronomy, is that they don't understand that when they say stupid shit like people say that it's half the size of the sun, that really legitimately makes no sense, because if it were half the size of the sun and it was flying through that close to the Earth, half an AU close to the Earth, it wouldn't not just the Earth's orbit, but it would just fuck up everything. Like, that's a really massive body with a really massive gravitational pull going through the middle of a solar system. Like, everything would start being, including the sun, like everything would start just being an absolute wreck. Because experienced astronomers know that the inflated brightness predicts the comets in the press are 99% wrong all the time. It's true. Okay, flat Earth perspective. Is the flat Earth perspective flat top down? I must be.
Have you looked at this thing yourself?
Yeah.
Have I seen it myself? No, I have not. But
sorry, I love it.
Drone footage, just so I know, this is drone footage.
Yes, it is.
Jason, you ever seen this? Anything like this in any videos?
Well, I've been seeing tons of chemtrails lately, but nothing quite like this. No.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, go ahead, Bob. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. And guys, remember, I'm just spitballing here. You know, don't take any of this as God's word or anything. I'm just
I love it.
balling here, and this is based on some of the things that I've seen, come about. We also have something that is known as the Hopi prophecy called the Blue Star Kachina, right? And this Blue Star Kachina, as the story goes, when this makes its appearance in the sky, essentially all hell breaks loose, right?
No, he's so okay. Blue Star. What the fuck is a Blue Star Kachina? Star. Oh, there it is. Blue Star Kachina. Blue Star Kachina. Wikipedia says, in Frank Waters' writing on Hopi mythology, the Blue Star Kachina, or Sasquatchwa, is a Kachina spirit that will signify the coming and beginning of the new world. Oh God, no, we reach end of the world things. Blue Star Kachina is said to be the ninth and final sign before the day of purification, described as apocalypse of a world engulfing cataclysm that will lead to the annihilation of planet Earth. I see. Okay. Hopi. Anthropologist Jason Caldevia has not been able to find any reference to the name Blue Star Kachina before Frank Waters' book, Book of the Hopi, in 1963. He concludes that it is probably late 20th century invention. In his article, he found that the earliest mention of the 9 signs that are now associated with Blue Kachina is the Methodist pastor David Young, who picked up a Hopi hitchhiker, White Feather, in 1958 and wrote a pamphlet based on his memories and what he said. Okay, so it's some shit made up by a Christian guy in 1963. Good. Not okay, good. Actually looked for the comment. I knew full well that I wouldn't see it within the city skylights, but I wanted to find the background stars in case the comment miraculous became brighter. Oh, that would be nice. Sounds like a premiere for made up prophecies. Yes. I love it.
Okay, so we start putting all these pieces together, and it makes you wonder if David wasn't right. David mentioned a couple weeks ago, I think, that he thought that this may have more cosmic implications. Now, on the next video, Jaron, the first video I sent you, if you want to bring that up, yeah. Let's play like the first 3 or 4 minutes and hear what this guy has to say. Because even though he's, probably a glober and all that stuff, I think his words are important.
I have it on Google again. You're right, I do. Not like it matters. He's just talking. He's not showing anything of interest. This is the new video, though.
As far as what the military movement is doing and what this might be, indicating. So go ahead and play this. Let's listen to this for a minute.
Okay, so this is somebody else. We're moving on to video number dos in Bob's presentation.
All right, welcome to the channel. I'm John X Army.
Hey John, how's it going?
Today's video is going to be a whole lot of speculation, and I would love your input at the end of the video. I would love to read your comments.
I love it. I do love it when people say this video is a whole lot of speculation. It just I'm going to stop taking you seriously because you just told me that you're just speculating.
Maybe help me sort things out a little bit.
Because he's got a really uncomfortable chair. That looks like a really crappy chair.
Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to step back from everything that's happening and see what their next move is going to be.
Oh, their next move.
Now, who remembers a year and a half ago when I was working with Mr. Patriot and the historians? What was the one thing they were screaming? What was the one big event that was going to kick off the NWO FEMA takeover? The one world government takeover.
Okay. We have not. It's been a bit. We talked about the quartering, and it's been a bit since we've gotten this done. Okay. FEMA's gonna take over and the world government.
They were screaming a blackout, either nationwide or worldwide. They were talking about maybe even a fake alien invasion or a fake asteroid.
There's jokes about military intelligence in here. There's a whole lot of jokes about military intelligence. Could be made here. Just all of them, right? All of them. So fake blackout, fake alien invasion. Okay, those are our options. Got it.
Threat, a fake CME, coronal mass ejection from the sun, as being the event that might spark the NWO takeover. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
And then we thought that the plans were thwarted because there was never any blackout.
Yeah, the YouTubers, they thwarted they brave warriors. Thank you.
It hasn't happened yet. No plans have been thwarted. It hasn't happened yet.
Plot twist. We didn't actually stop it, guys. It just hasn't happened yet. That's all. That's how you give your predictions legitimacy. You say you make a prediction, and then when it doesn't come through, you just say your prediction hasn't come through yet. Not that your prediction was wrong. It just hasn't come through yet. You just wait long enough. Just wait long enough.
Mr. Patriot and the historians were way too early, okay? Now hear me out. Tom Hanks.
Okay. Tom Hanks. Listen out here. Is that a fake? It might be a fake Christmas. Okay, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. Oh god. Tom Hanks is the digital weapon. Hello folks. Rita and I are down here in Australia. We felt a bit tired, like we had colds and some body aches. To play things right, as it's needed in the world right now, we are tested for coronavirus and found to be positive. Well, now what do we do next? The medical officials have protocols that we must follow. We, Hanks, will be tested, observed, and isolated for as long as public health and safety requires. Not much more time than 1 day at a time approach? No. We'll keep the world posted and updated. Take care of yourselves, Hanks. Okay. Obviously, the blackout. Obviously, the blackout.
Comes out on 3/11. 33, right?
3/11? 33. 3/11 is not 33. Okay. 3/11 is not 33. I don't know. It's not 33. Oh, 3 times 11 is 33. Okay.
Mentions he has COVID.
Mm-hmm.
All these celebrity members come out admitting they have COVID.
Okay. You don't admit. This isn't like committing a crime. You don't admit to having COVID. You get tested and you have COVID. Okay.
It's a message. It's a message to those in the know. To get to your bunkers.
Okay, so March 11th, we're what I don't even know what we're May 20 something now, right? May 24th. So we're at 2 months from bunker time. Okay. 2 months from bunker time. 2 months from bunker time. Okay.
It's about to go down.
All right, buddy. But we're going to take a quick break. Be right back. Enjoy some music, I guess. No fan art. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry. Things. Military. Okay, U.S. military command teams in charge of protecting Homeland Security are being isolated in infamous Cheyenne Mountain bunker, where they will remain sealed off until the coronavirus pandemic passes. Oh, hey Nestling, have you seen the She-Ra reboot? I have seen the She-Ra. I started watching it just to see what all the fuss was about. Reactions like the quartering is losing it over, the gay stuff are losing it. Yes. She-Ra is fantastic. I talked about you. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you go watch. We talked about orcs being racist last week by the quartering. I'm going to add the other quartering video. He's got a new She-Ra video. As the quartering. But no, I love it. It's a absolutely fantastic series. I started watching it after I did my video on the quartering. I started watching She-Ra, and I loved it ever since. I was really excited about the final season. Final season just did such a great job. The fat chick who farts. I haven't actually watched the video. He said that. I know that he said the thing. I just haven't actually watched the whole video where he says the thing. Who just much more quartering low. He is, if nothing else, not this crazy, which is surprising. But yes, no, highly recommend She-Ra. Just highly recommend She-Ra. It was a fantastic show from beginning to end, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Really good stuff. Okay, so with that said, I will add, now that we've taken out Jeranism, quartering will be back, so we can, if we want to talk about more She-Ra stuff next time when we talk about how he hates the gays. He really, honestly, the quartering just hates the gays. Like that's his dealio. He just hates gays. There's no other way for me to put it besides the quartering just doesn't like the gays. Okay. Yeah, the quartering reads far more grifter than he does crazy. Yeah, no, he's more of a grifter. These guys are way more in the absolute batshit crazy. Okay. Here we go.
Now, think about the predictive programming. Wendy Williams, fake pass out on stage, probably paid to do it, dressed as the Statue of Liberty.
I don't know what it's, okay.
Donna's 2019 Eurovision performance, where it shows New York crumbling in the background. What's the one piece of her performance we haven't quite decoded? We saw the peasants in gas masks that she was killing. We saw the crown on her head that could possibly represent Corona.
Oh. Okay. It is 5 seasons. We're okay. We're gonna end this soon, anyways. What is he talking? He's talking about some Madonna thing, probably full of symbolism, that he's getting wrong, and that's fine. I mean, crowns do represent crowns. It's true. Okay. Oh god. Okay. I'm gonna stop talking about this idiot and talk about She-Ra for the next 5 minutes, and then we'll end the show on She-Ra because that's a good place to end the show. Okay. What song was she performing? I don't know. I had a coworker who thought I was a lesbian, but when he found out that I had a boyfriend, he thought my boyfriend had to be trans. Oh god, that's awful. Hitler likes dogs, Obama liked dogs too. It is quite a coincidence. So yes, She-Ra has 5 seasons. They are all fantastic, really good. All 5 of them. The seasons are really short. They're only like 13, 14 episodes long each. It was just a really God, such a wholesome show with almost character development in that show is fantastic. A lot of good representation of LGBTQ individuals. All around, just great representation. There is more than one gay couple in the whole series. The quartering I'm assuming, is focusing on one gay couple, and I know which gay couple he's focusing on. Even though there are plenty of gay couples in that whole show, there is heterosexual couples as well. Plenty of heterosexual couples. There's not, like, I would say they're about even as far as how many couples are straight and how many are gay. There is a non-binary individual in there as well. Just lots of great characters, lots of great stuff, and I'm sure the quartering's brain just exploded when people who were different than him were represented in a kid's cartoon. And also Shira's tits aren't as big as he would like them to be for a 16-year-old girl that he wants to masturbate to. So yeah, but otherwise, it's a great show. Definitely go watch it. Noelle Stevenson is a fantastic. Her work is fantastic. I love it. Love every bit of it. Okay, with that, we are gonna end things. If you just showed up, I'm sorry you just showed up. But if you'd like to just a reminder of announcements. I will try to have a video on Red Pill Philosophy done by next Saturday, so we can have a quickie. I will try to also, if you like D&D and would like to watch me DM D&D, you should go check out Christy Winters' channel, where I will be DMing a high-level one-shot with Microbloganism, Christy Winters, Christiosity, and Just as my players, and we will be tackling hopefully a fun high-level story for them to do. And then in about a month, I decided a date. I think it was June 27th. On June 27th at noonish, American Standard Time. That is, if you're alive 2 hours ago. So whatever time it is now, take 2 hours, and that is your time. I'll be doing another one shot. I have a story picked out, which will be a lot more open to. It's open to pretty much everybody. I'm going to put it on Twitter, but anyone who wants to participate can certainly do that. And I'm going to open it up to doing some homebrew stuff. It'll be a one-shot, so I don't really care about things being... I do care about things being overpowered, but I don't care about it like messing up a campaign, because it's going to be one thing, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. So it'll be done. So far, I have... can we get a link to the D&D channel? It's not a D&D channel. It's just where I do D&D stuff, but you certainly can. And then when I do the one shot with homebrew, that'll be on this channel. It won't be on Christy Winters' channel. Christy. And what was I gonna say with that? So along with that, yes, that will be open to pretty much anybody who would like to participate. So if you'd like to play D&D with me, you can just kind of show up. Let me know. Send me a message on one of the ways that you know how to send me messages on, and we can set something up for you to participate with us. I'm looking for about 6 players. I have 2 right now. I have Microbloganism playing a Gelatinous Cube, and I have Awkward Pasta playing his Pixie Translator. So I have 2 players right now. I'm looking for about that many more. No, that many more to make it that many. I'm looking for about 4 more players to help out with that, or to want to play with me for that. So if you'd be interested, send me a message. I already got one message, so I do have that from Jelly. And I will be putting it on Twitter. So yes, those are all the announcements. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you all for helping me cope with stupidness on the internet. Stay safe out there. Do the things where you stay inside, wear a mask. Wear a mask. And if you can, don't be in crowds. Order your food. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine to listen to scientists. We all love to listen to them. So with all that said, have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next time.